65 to 1.8 million years ago, the residual surface of a peneplain uplifted, causing 4 peaks to rise. The indigenous Worimi people of the land named the largest of these peaks a word that closely translates to high mountain. Tomaree National Park is located in Port Stephens, New South Wales, and has increasingly become a popular tourist attraction. The park is traditionally the territory of the Worimi people, who have occupied the Port Stephens area for over 4,000 years.
Tomaree is a significant area for everyone and the local Worimi people. It would have been a vantage point looking out for the mullet run. In the winter months they would have been looking and sending smoke messages back to the guys in the harbour here, so as the fish come in, because predominantly they leave the estuaries and head north, so as they're coming north from Stockton, the Hunter River, coming along the Stockton beach through to Tomaree National Park here, the mob would have been here sending signals letting them know that the fish were coming, and no doubt though they would have been in the harbour here waiting for them to get their nets out and start doing their bit.
For thousands of years, the Worimi people have used the land for food, medicine and education.
It's very important to educate everyone on the history of the area, not only modern contemporary history but Aboriginal cultural and heritage as well. There's no doubt that people every day walk over Aboriginal culture and heritage and don't even consider what's underneath in the soil or what's inscribed on that tree. So it's not until you have a bit of a cultural understanding do you appreciate that stuff a little bit more. But if we don't educate people, 9 times out of 10 vandalism, they just get trashed. So it's about educating people to protect it for future generations.
In 1941, at the height of the Second World War, Australia faced increasing threats of a Japanese invasion. Defence posts with gun emplacements were constructed on Mount Tomaree for the protection and surveillance of the eastern coastline. The machine gun pits, torpedo tubes, searchlight stations, command posts and barracks were operated and housed by over 500 military personnel. Today only the foundations remain for most of these emplacements, but it has become a place of interest for historians and tourists alike. The land where Mount Tomaree stands is rich in ancient stories, military history and heritage, but most importantly is filled with life. The national park is home to over 350 different plant species. This high level of biodiversity allows for the park to have a unique ecosystem. Correspondingly, there are 50 known mammal species, 22 of which are considered endangered, and the park is home to over 200 unique species of birds. Conservation is a priority of the national park. The park has established rehabilitation programs, sanctuary zones, and set up rail pathways, all to hopefully minimise destruction of biodiversity.
Even though we have 200,000 people visiting per year, they're just walking access, and we've built the walking track to a high standard so that the impacts on the environment are reduced. But you can contrast that to some of our beach access, which is four-wheel drive access, which has a high impact and it's difficult to manage. So you can imagine vehicles not just on beaches but also going to the hind dunes, which which are high in indigenous sites. So you can imagine the potential impacts there.
Tomaree National Park is visited by over 100,000 tourists year-round. Mount Tomaree in particular, standing at 162 metres tall, has become a popular photo location and hiking trail for many sightseers. The hike to the summit is 2.2 kilometres return, containing steep staircases and observation decks. With a rewarding panoramic view of Yakabar Head, Cabbage Tree, Boondlebar and Brighton Island from the northern platform. And from the southern platform, views of Fingal Island, Port Stephens Lighthouse, Zenith, Wreck and Box Beaches. At the base of Mount Tomaree is famed tourist location Shoal Bay, which contains residential apartments, caravan parks, housing and restaurants. The ancient landscape of Tomaree National Park is filled with beauty, history, and life. The famed area is visited by hundreds of thousands each year, who come from all over the world to experience the serene beauty that the park has to offer. This is one of the many reasons why it is so drastically important that conservational efforts are in place so that the park may be around for future generations to enjoy.